Welcome to Toons. Enjoy today's story.
In a quiet seaside village, where waves whispered against old wooden houses, lived a 12-year-old boy named Elia. He was known for two things: his endless curiosity and his habit of staring at the horizon as if waiting for something magical to appear. Every evening, he climbed onto the roof of his house to watch the ocean. But one night, something unusual happened. The sky shimmered with soft golden clouds, and from behind a layer of fog, a massive floating island slowly drifted into view. It wasn't a cloud, it wasn't a storm, it was land. Real land, hovering above the water like a silent giant. Elia rubbed his eyes. "Yes, it's real," he whispered. The island glowed faintly, and waterfalls poured from its edges into the sea below, turning into mist before they touched the surface. Trees with silver leaves covered the island, shining like stars. The next morning, everyone in the village argued about what it was. Some said it was a mirage, others said it was a sign of danger, but Elia felt something different, something pulling him toward it. That night, when the village was asleep, Elia quietly took his small wooden boat and paddled toward the floating island. The closer he got, the stronger a soft humming sound became, almost like the island was calling him. Suddenly, a swirl of glowing wind lifted him off the boat. "Whoa, hey!" he cried. In a blink, Elia found himself standing on the floating island. The air was warm and smelled like honey and pine. Strange creatures with wings shaped like petals fluttered around him. The silver-leaf trees chimed gently, as if welcoming him. Then he heard a calm, echoing voice. "Welcome, traveler." Elia turned and saw an old man with a long blue cloak and a staff made of crystal. His eyes glowed like moonlit water. "I am Arian, keeper of the floating isle," he said. "You have been chosen." Elia's heart raced. "Chosen? For what?" Arian smiled. "The island drifts across the world, protecting the sky and the sea, but its core is weakening. If nothing is done, the island will fall, destroying everything beneath it." He gestured toward a huge glowing stone at the island's center. Cracks of dim blue light ran across its surface. "This is the Heartstone," Arian explained. "It must be restored, and only someone with a pure spirit can do it." Elia swallowed hard. "Me? But I'm just a kid." "Sometimes," Arian said gently, "the smallest people carry the strongest light." With a wave of his staff, Arian opened a path made of floating stones leading into a glowing forest. "Follow the path, face its trials, and restore the Heartstone." Elia took a deep breath and stepped forward. The first trial was a bridge made of shimmering air. Every time he doubted himself, the bridge faded. "I can do this," he whispered. With each confident step, the bridge grew solid again, letting him cross. The second trial was a dark field filled with swirling shadows. They whispered his fears. "You're too weak. You'll fail. You don't belong here." Elia shut his eyes. "These aren't real. My fears don't control me." Instantly, the shadows vanished, revealing the path forward. The final trial was a small creature, trembling beneath a fallen tree. It looked like a mix between a rabbit and a tiny dragon. Its wing was injured. Elia knelt beside it. "Don't worry, I'll help you." He lifted the branch and wrapped the creature's wing with a cloth from his own shirt. The creature nuzzled his hand and began glowing softly. When it touched him, Warmth surged through his chest. Suddenly, Elio found himself back at the Heartstone. Arian stood beside him. "You passed," Arian said. "You showed courage, truth, and kindness. These restore the island." The creature hopped onto Elio's shoulder. It glowed brighter, and the light traveled into the Heartstone. Crack, flash, boom. A wave of radiant blue light spread across the island. The crack sealed, the waterfalls brightened, and the silver leaves glistened more beautifully than before. The floating island began to rise higher into the sky, stable once more. Arian placed a gentle hand on Elia's shoulder. "You have saved us. The island will now continue its journey, but you must return home." Elia's chest tightened. "Will I ever see it again?" Arian smiled softly. "When the world needs you, the island will find you." A swirl of wind surrounded Elia, and in the blink of an eye, he was back in his small wooden boat. The island drifted upward, rising into the sky until it became a glowing speck, then disappeared into the clouds. The next morning, the villagers asked about the island, but it was nowhere to be seen. Only Elia knew the truth. He looked at the sky, a small smile forming on his lips. "Someday," he whispered, "I'll see it again." And deep in the clouds, something shimmered in reply.